Hey podcast, just before we get you to this episode, I wanted to invite you to join us at pageantlaunch.com. We are starting the world's first dedicated pageant review site, and we want you to join our launch team. All you need to do is put in your email address. It's completely free. We are looking to make the pageant industry safe, transparent, and fair, and we'd love your input on how to do that. So head over to pageantlaunch.com, whack in your email address, and let's get you to this episode.
Hello, I'm Gabriella Jukes, Miss World Wales 2019, and here is my interview with the Pageant Project.
Hey everyone, it's Adrian from the Pageant Project, and I have with me Gabriella Jukes, who is Miss World Wales 2019. Gabriella, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. I've been looking forward to having an interview with you because I've always watched all your other ones with other pageant girls.
All the other queens.
I'm looking forward.
It's a pleasure to finally catch up with you now. For those of you watching on the live stream, you know the drill. If you have any questions for Gabriella, I'm sure a lot of you do, leave them in the questions in the comments. Gabriella has another place to be at 1:45, so we pretty much have 45 minutes to chat to her, and then she's got to go because she's super busy. So, Gabriella, to start with, why don't you let's start with the easy stuff. How did you get started in pageantry in the first place? And I guess why?
I've always had an interest in pageantry from a young age, I'd say. I've always been interested in beauty and that sort of industry. And I was actually thinking about this yesterday. When I was younger, there was, I wouldn't call it a pageant, but there was something similar to a pageant in my local shopping centre. And I used to do it when I was younger for a few years, and I entered them a few times, but I never won or placed or anything. But I think that's always been in the back of my head. I've always had an interest in them. And then how I actually got into doing the big ones, back in 2013 it was, I had an audition for my first fashion show, which was Cardiff Fashion Week. So I auditioned for that. I loved that, and so the girls that I met there, my fellow models, they'd actually applied for Miss Wales before, and they'd all taken part before and told me how amazing it was for confidence, because I'd say I was quite shy back then. I was only 17 years old. So I didn't really know, how it all worked and everything. So yes, they recommended me to enter it. So then I went away and thought, why not? I've always had an interest in it, and I always remember watching previous Miss Wales on TV. It was on, I can't remember what show it was, but they were having an interview, and I always remember watching it. And so it's always been in the back of my head, kind of. So I applied in 2014. Came away with my my local title of Miss Neath Talbot, and I just fell in love with Miss Wales and Miss World and everything that it stood for, and I made friends for life, and I just haven't looked back.
So how many times have you entered the Miss World Wales system?
I've actually entered 3 times. So first in 2014, and then 2016, and then of course 2019. So all my hard work finally paid off.
It really is 3rd time's the charm.
Yes, that's true.
Can you give us an idea as to how you've changed? I mean, everyone has their own journey and everyone starts at different ages. I mean, you starting from 17 to now, are you 22 now?
I'm 23 now, yeah, 23.
23
so I was 17, almost 18 when I applied first time.
And I think for any young person going through, even if they hadn't been in pageants, going from 17 to 23 is a very formative period of their life.
It is a huge, yes.
Can you give us an idea? You've kind of grown up in the spotlight. How is the Gabriella sitting in front of me different to the Gabriella back when she was 16, 17?
I feel like when I first applied when I was 17, I didn't really know who I was as a person. I didn't really know what I wanted to do in life. I just entered just for the confidence boost, because I didn't really have any belief in myself. I think that I could get up on stage and do a pageant. So when I actually did it in 2014, I think that was a massive turning point for me in my life. And I realised, whoa, I could actually do something good here. So after I first applied, I got involved with the my community and started working with Women's Aid, which is what I'm still working with them now 5 years later.
Yeah.
So I've definitely grown so much as a person. I think it's been a massive journey of self-development, and I've gone through so many stages, like graduating from university, well, doing my A-levels for start as well. So I think I now know who I am, exactly what I want from life and what I want to do with this platform. So yeah, there's a massive difference looking back.
Gabriella, can you tell me more about Women's Aid? Because I have seen some of your videos, and you've mentioned Women's Aid on multiple occasions, and as you said, you've already worked with them for several years.
Yeah.
Is it a domestic violence organisation?
Yeah, so they're called Thrive Women's Aid, and they help women and children and families in my local area, Neathport Talbot area, that have been affected by domestic abuse. So yeah, they help them through providing accommodation and refuge, and just helping anyone that they can, really. They just opened a new community hub, which is amazing as well. So it's not just helping women and children that have been affected by domestic abuse, it's the whole community now, which is amazing.
And obviously, winning your title, there are many different charitable organisations you could choose to align with, and all of them are deserving. Was there any particular reason that you chose Women's Aid or Thrive Women's Aid?
It's something that is close to my heart, and I know that it's something that not happens only in Wales. It's a massive epidemic of the whole world around. So it's something that I think everyone can relate to as well. It's something that is hidden, like it hides in the shadows, so you don't actually really know who around you could be affected by it, which I think that's why it's important to raise so much awareness for it, so people can speak out, and hopefully we can eventually end it for good. So hopefully I won't be here talking about it in a few years' time, because hopefully it will have ended.
Absolutely. We can hope.
Yeah.
And did I see somewhere, I can't remember where, but I swear I saw you holding, was it a giant check or a check?
Oh, it was
that for...
I had a mirror. There was a mirror with 4K on it. Yeah. So basically, each year we do an annual fundraising fashion show for Thrive Women's Aid, and this year was my 6th annual fashion show that I've been involved in.
Wow.
And thanks to Beauty with a Purpose this year, and thanks to the Miss Wales 2019 finalists that have all helped fundraise towards Beauty with a Purpose, we were able to donate £4,000 to Thrive Women's Aid to help them with helping children specifically this time, because there is a lack of funding for children in Wales that have been affected by domestic abuse. So we were able to donate £4,000, and I was able to announce it in the fashion show. And we wanted to do something a little bit different rather than just giving a check. Yeah. So we wrote 4K on a mirror. So we thought that would be, and it's quite relatable, I suppose, to like pageants or beauty as well. So we did with the lipstick.
Of course.
And we also had flowers, which were amazing. They give me a bunch of flowers, and we stuck candles in the flowers that said 4,000. Oh, wow. So it was just something a little bit different. Right. So yeah, it was brilliant.
How did it feel? I mean, £4,000 is close enough to $8,000 here in Australia, which is an awfully large amount of money to raise. How did it feel being able to pass that on to Women's Aid?
I was just so proud, and it was quite emotional, I think, because I've seen the work that they do, and I've actually met the survivors, because they also model in the fashion show with me, which is incredible. Because you could see, the confidence and come out with them, their strength is amazing. They're the ones that inspire me to keep on raising as much awareness as I can. So it was definitely emotional and proud. I'm so proud that, and thankful and grateful to Beauty with a Purpose that they've allowed me to donate this money.
Can I take you back to your crowning moment when you were announced as Miss World Wales? I'd like asking this because everyone's a bit different in the way they react. Some people laugh, some people cry, some people jump up and down, some people pass out. I haven't seen any videos or photos of your crowning moment. What were the emotions like when you were announced as the winner?
I literally just cried. I cried, and I didn't know what I expected. I didn't really think. Obviously, I thought about winning, but I didn't know what my reaction would actually be. But yeah, I cried. Sobbed probably
a
a little bit. Yeah, a lot,
Sobbed.
I think. Yeah. But anyway,
How did it feel? I mean, you were in Wales 3 times. Miss World Wales 3 times.
Well, the first time I won my regional title of Miss Neath Talbot. The second time I came in the top 5. So there was only one other step really for me. So it was either winning or just hopefully placing. But I think it was mixed emotions of a bit of relief that all my hard work did actually pay off, and that I was actually, I did something right this time. And and not that I did anything wrong the previous times, but it was, and obviously I couldn't believe it. It was such a dream come true, and I was actually quite shocked, to be honest with you, because there's so many incredible girls that applied and that was in the final with me, and I've made such good friends with them as well. So I was a bit shocked as well. So it was an incredible feeling, and it's a dream come true that I've tried 3 times, and it just goes to show that you should never give up on something that you want on your dreams.
Absolutely. Now, just before I circle to the Facebook questions, because I can see them scrolling, so people have put in a lot of questions already.
That's lovely.
I watched one of your videos. I think it was on the Miss World channel. I don't know if it was the introduction. You were in a red suit.
Yes,
very striking red suit.
Video. Yeah.
And I think out of everyone I've interviewed, you have the strongest Welsh accent. Is your accent? Is that a proper Welsh accent?
Yeah, I think it is a proper Welsh accent. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Strong.
Because when I could understand you. It's just, wow, that's actually different to the other Welsh girls that I've interviewed. But if I read correctly, your degree was it sports science or something to do with sports?
Yeah, sport and exercise science. I graduated last year with the degree in, Right.
And there was a video of you boxing and things like that. So tell us a bit about your sporting background, because our Miss World is going over from Australia. She's very sporty. She plays professional rugby over here, not soccer or football. And after she comes back, she's actually competing in boxing, like a proper boxing match.
I actually have it on Facebook at the moment. I've seen her preparing, and I've seen some pictures, which is amazing.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. But what about your sporting background?
So basically, sport has always been a huge part of my life since I was in primary school, which is when I was since about 3 years old. I always took part in sports days, and I absolutely loved the sports day and the competitiveness about it. And I always did quite well, especially in the athletics side to it. And then when I was about 6, or I think it was either 5 or 6 years old, I started karate, and I did karate for 10 years. Up until I did my third brown belt, so it's just the one just below black. And unfortunately, a few weeks before I was due to do my black belt grading, I broke my toes on my foot. I broke all my toes, so I couldn't do my black belt grading, and I just never went back into that. So then, which is unfortunate. How did you break all your toes? It was actually nothing to do with karate. But I ran down my stairs one day, and at the bottom of my stairs there's a doorway to the left, and I turned awkwardly and smacked my foot and caught it on the door frame and broke all my toes.
When people stub their toes, that's one of the most sort of painful things.
It was horrible.
Did you scream? What did you do? Jeez.
Gosh, I can't really remember in that moment. I think I was probably I probably did. I remember saying to my mother, like, I'm sure I've broken my toes, and she'd be like, oh no, it's fine, you'll be fine tomorrow. So the next day, I was still in agony. So we went to the hospital, and I'd broken them. So I was on crutches for 6 weeks of the summer holidays. Wow. Okay. And you mentioned that you were competitive. So is that the streak that you have? Okay, you're nodding, which means yes. Yeah, I am. I think I am quite competitive, but in a good way. I think Absolutely. It's a good thing that it pushes you, doesn't it? It pushes you to always better yourself and do well. But aside from karate, I did athletics as well. I used to run for my local Harriers, which I absolutely loved athletics too. I used to do sprinting and long jump. Oh, wow. Yeah. And also played netball in school, college, and university as well. So I've always done a mixture of different sports. So I
What
just
position were
love
you
it.
in netball?
I played a mixture actually. I started off when I was in
Right.
school. I did goal shooter and goal attack,
Hmm.
and then I moved when I was in college to defence. So I'm quite tall.
Right.
Well, I'm 5'9", so it's just I suppose
That's
that's
pretty
average
tall.
for netball. But yeah, I was moved about. I played everything really except for centre. I've never played
Wow.
centre, but
I did try playing netball once. Obviously, netball is very big in Australia. I played
yes.
basketball. I couldn't play netball. Every 5 seconds, I was pulled up for breaking a rule, and I
I
didn't
know.
even know what the rule was. So
It's probably your footwork, was it?
it was something to do with my feet, but the way they
Yeah.
explained it, I didn't know what I had done wrong. So I was trying to play netball, but I think I was playing it like basketball. Okay, so Gabriella, I'm going to look at the Facebook questions over here. So guys, if you missed the beginning, Gabriella can only be with us until 1:45, so we've got about half an hour. So if you have any questions, now would be the perfect time to put them in. And I'm scrolling all the way to the top. So I mentioned Lauren Parkinson is on, and Lauren has asked, what was your mindset going into Miss Wales?
The final time.
Oh, yeah, she's also written underneath what was different this time around compared to previous times.
Okay. So my mindset was really just, I knew this was my last try of Miss Wales. This was the last chance that I was going to get. So I was
Okay.
knew I was going to put everything I had into it. I was going to, work on my charity to make sure that, make sure I knew what I wanted to do with the platform. I think that's an important point, is to know what you're going to use the title for, really, because there's so much hard work that goes into it after winning. It's not just about winning and having the crown. There's
Absolutely.
there's a whole adventure like afterwards as well. So my mindset was to go in, know exactly what I wanted out of it, know what I wanted to do as well with my life, what my ambitions were, and just know yourself is the important point there, and just enjoy, because it was the last time I was ever going to have. And I think if you don't enjoy it, then you lose half the experience, because regardless, if you don't win, then you still want those amazing memories to look back on. And because it is a huge family, it's a massive Miss Wales family, and the girls are all still supportive of me. We all have a group chat, and they're always messaging me and seeing how I'm getting on. And they bought me a lovely good luck present as well, which is very cute.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so I think it's just about enjoying the experience and just putting your all into it, and knowing that even if you don't win, then you couldn't have done any more, really. And I think that's what was different, that I'd grown so much over the 5 years. I'd had so many different life experiences and milestones in my life that I was much more mature, and just knew exactly who I am as a person. So I think that was my mindset, really.
Gareth Bowen has said hello from Pembrokeshire. He's kind of asked two questions. One is, have you met your roommate yet? So do you want to answer that, I guess? Do you know who your roommate?
No, I don't know who my roommate is, and
okay.
I don't think I'll know until I get there next Wednesday, so I'm excited to find out, though.
Okay. And he's pointed out that, he said on the YouTube vlogs, but I've seen a lot of posts, that you're among the favourites to win the crown, with all these hot picks things. And he's asked, do you know that? I'm sure you know that because you've posted them.
Yes.
But I guess my question is more along the lines of, how does that feel, being nominated as one of the favourites?
It's a bit surreal, really, because I'm just a normal girl from Port Talbot in South Wales, and my dream was to win Miss Wales, and obviously my dream would be to win Miss World, but I never expected to get the support and that I have around the world. Is just amazing, because in a way, I'm glad I'm getting picked as a favourite as well to represent my country, because I'm so patriotic. I love Wales, and it's nice to see them being put back on the pageant map, because I think it's well deserved, and we deserve some recognition. So it's just a bit crazy, really. I think I'm living in a bit of a dream world at the moment, but it's exciting.
What is the name of the place you're from again, Gabriella?
Port Talbot.
I think I may have been there. I've spent some time in Wales, but I can't. Yeah, my ex-fiance was in Wales. I've definitely been in Cardiff, but I'm not sure if I've been where. Can you just give us?
It's between Cardiff and Swansea. That's how people would usually describe it. It's
Okay.
on the coast, so we've got a lovely beach, and you wouldn't miss it if you drove past it because it's got the huge steelworks, which is one of the biggest in the world. So you wouldn't miss it. Really.
I think I have been through there at least,
yeah,
because she moved from Cardiff to Swansea, so I definitely would have driven through there.
Pass it on the M4.
Yeah. Okay. Lauren has also asked, what is the one thing you are most looking forward to about Miss World?
I think I'm looking forward to all the challenges and throwing myself into them, but I'm also really looking forward to meeting all of the contestants because it's a once in a lifetime opportunity, and when else would I ever meet 130 girls from all around the world? I'm excited to learn about their lives and what they've been up to for their projects and their cultures, and sharing bits about our countries with each other. So I'm really excited to meet everyone.
Perfect. Kev Wise has said hi, Gabs, and
hello.
I also sorry, I'm just looking down at my Instagram because I think he may have sent a question. Yes, he also asked, I love these sorts of questions, who was your favorite photographer to shoot with earlier this year in Spain, with a winking emoji?
Oh, it has to be Kev, doesn't it?
Well, yeah, asking a question like that, it's not really a question, is it?
No, we had a lovely time in Alicante shooting. It was brilliant.
Also on Instagram from Brogan, I think it's Brogan, it may be Brogan.
Yes.
All right. What is your favorite pageant memory?
Oh, there's so many memories that I've had. That's actually a really hard question. Obviously, winning is one of my favourite memories. But when I think about the past times that I've done Miss Wales, it's been about the friendships that I've made. So I think they are my favourite memories. There's a lot of different memories that I've had with different friendships, but I think that's the main thing that stands out for me is the friendships that I made. So I'd say that's my favourite memory.
Rhiannon Louise Mann has said, I'll let you go through the comments afterwards because it's very often they're not questions, they're just messages of support, and if I read them all then we run out of time. But she has written, so beautiful, with a lot of Welsh flags and a lot of hearts.
I love it.
Lauren has said that sounds painful. That must have been about the toes.
Yes.
And Hannah Rowland has said, we love you, Gabriella. Kirsty Meskel has said, we love you, Gabs, with lots of hearts.
My best friends.
Lauren has also asked, how did you know that Miss Wales was the pageant for you?
I think you just have that feeling. I just knew from the first time I did it that that's the title that I always dreamt of having. So I think it's the sense of belonging that I have when I'm around all the Miss Wales family. I feel like I belong there. So it was just an automatic thing. I think I just definitely knew, and it was just the vibes that I got whilst competing, and that's all I can say really.
That makes sense. I guess it's kind of like
it's just
falling
the values and everything of Miss Wales and Miss World, and I love the Beauty with a Purpose charity element, and I love that it's not just for one particular type of girl. Like in Miss World, we have all these different categories. We have the sportswoman category, so you can be a sporty girl and still excel in Miss World, and there's it's not just one type of girl, which I think is amazing.
Have you given any thought, dare I ask, to what happens with your life after Miss World? I mean, not just talking pageantry. I don't want to ask you that before you've even competed in Miss World. But I mean, end of 2019, you would have competed in Miss World, win or not. 2020 and the future, what plans do you have for yourself?
I would like to go back to do something with sport, with my degree. And I'd also love to... I've been having a look at possible different routes, and I'd love to be a sport presenter. There's something that that's quite a dream of mine. So I'd love to go back and either do a sport broadcasting degree, a master's, which I have been looking into that. So that's a possibility. But hopefully I could get into presenting, which I'd love to do.
Right. Is there any sport that you'd really love to commentate on in particular?
I'd love to do the athletics. I love watching, the Olympics and all the different competitions, and I loved athletics when I took part in it. And I also like rugby as well. I love watching the rugby, and so I wouldn't really mind. I just love sport in general. Right. So not that I'm an expert in all of them, but I would love to give it a go anyway.
Well, when you do meet with Miss World from Australia, she actually does do some sports broadcasting on radio. She does call the rugby. She would probably tell you she's not brilliant at it.
Yeah.
She's had a few awkward moments when she's interviewed the players, but she actually does sports broadcasting. So I feel that you two probably will get along well.
Yeah, I think we would get along very well.
Here's a random question. Just because your accent is so strongly Welsh, do you have any of the same issues that the Scottish girls always seem to have with people who can't understand them? Or is that just something that happens to the Scots? You do? Okay.
I do, yeah. Even though I think my accent is quite clear. I think I do speak quite clearly, but people say I talk either too fast sometimes. So I do notice when I say certain words that might be... this is a funny one, actually. We actually have a pageant group chat on WhatsApp, and there's me and there's a load of different all pageant girls, and they always make us all say different words from voice note. So, and every time I say a word, they all just laugh. They just laugh at the way I say it. So, yeah, I do get people not able to understand what I'm saying sometimes.
Right. Okay, because everyone has just mentioned the Scots, Scottish, they're the ones that are difficult to understand. Yeah. No one has ever said anything about Welsh. So I just wanted to check.
Sometimes I just have to change certain words, like how I end some words. So.
Right. When I had Lauren Parkinson on the first time interviewing her, she mentioned, I'd be almost certain that you'd know, there's this Welsh word that's famous. I think it's a station or a place name.
Yeah.
And it's famous because it's the world's longest word.
I know.
Do you know which word I'm talking about?
Yes, do we just say it?
Please, because she couldn't. Okay.
Okay. Llanfair, Port Gwyngyll, Gogarell, Windrobo, Llantysilio, Gogogoch.
Oh my God. Is that just a place name, or does it translate literally into something like a place by here, by there?
I don't really know the translation, to be honest, but I think it is just the place name. It's just the name of place. And if you, I don't know if you've ever Googled it or anything, but you can see the sign of the station. It's just a one big long sign.
Right. I don't even know how you remember that. Can you say that one more time?
I don't even know either. Right, here we go. It takes a lot of practice, I think. Llanfair, Port Gwyngyll, Gogarell, Windrobo, Llantysilio, Gogogoch.
I mean, you want to get into sports broadcasting. Just God forbid that you have a team that comes from there, because you have to be saying that every 5 minutes.
I know.
Okay, Kev has said thanks for the shout out, and Lauren Parkinson has said literally spent a full 30 minutes saying almond, raspberry, and bath.
Yeah, that's the group chat I was talking about. I always just laughing at the way I said words. I don't think I say almond any different to anyone else.
How do you say raspberry?
Raspberry.
And bath?
Bath. I don't know. Bath. And there was another word actually that everyone what was it? It was discombobulated. I don't know. I can't remember who brought it up, but I don't know why. But they made me say discombobulated.
I feel this is like get the Welsh girl to say words so we can laugh at it.
Literally, it is. I think that's what it is.
It's not that dissimilar. I can certainly understand what you're saying. So I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Okay, all right. Gabriella, just before we go to the final 10 questions, because I'm just keeping an eye on the time for you, is there anyone that you want to give a shout out to, or thanks for supporting you, not only through your pageant journey, but just for getting you this far as well?
Yes, definitely. Definitely my family, because especially my mother, I probably drive her crazy with all of the pageant stuff. But yeah, she's obviously always supported me. My brother and my grandparents and my whole family and my boyfriend as well. They've always been there through everything. And even when I just randomly apply for things sometimes, like when I did Britain's Next Top Model, I applied randomly one night, and then when I was telling them that I was having emails saying that I got through to auditions, and then they're always like, "Oh, what have you done? What have you done now? What's next?" So yeah, they've always supported me and my friends, and of course the Miss Wales director Paula. She's always been amazing. She's such an inspirational woman, and she's helped so many girls, not just me, so many other girls around the country to believe in themselves. So I'd like to give a shout out to those, yeah. And of course all the Miss Wales finalists and everything as well that have still been supporting me, even though it's been years since some of them it's been 5 years since I've competed with some of them, and they still always comment and write nice things, which is lovely.
Of course. Lauren actually did share an article on Facebook today from a local newspaper saying Paula is wanting more girls from North Wales to apply for Miss World. So is there any particular reason for that? Is that an underrepresented section of Wales?
Yeah, I think well, we do obviously every year we do get girls from North Wales, but I think everything is really based in South Wales. Like obviously Cardiff is the capital, and that's where everything is based. So there is a lot of travelling to do if you're living in North Wales. It's about 4 hours, or it could be maybe more, depending on which area you live in. So we just want to represent the North as well, because I'm sure there are some amazing ladies in the North that would thrive in Miss Wales and do amazing. So yeah, we're just doing a call out really. I think we have had a good few applications in from North Wales, and there's interviews next week. So if there are anyone watching and would love to consider it, I would highly recommend it. I'm sure there'd be so many other people that would too.
You won't be there yourself, will you? Because you'll be at World. Okay.
Yes, I'll be going in about 5 days. So yeah, this goes flown by. It's crazy.
How are the emotions? Is it excitement? Is it nerves? Is it somewhere in between? Are you eerily calm?
Yeah. I think I'm quite calm. Well, I'd say that. Others probably would disagree, my family. But no, I'm excited. I'm not very nervous. I'm just excited to make the most of the experience. But it's just the packing at the moment that is probably the thing. It's the most stressful bit at the moment.
Right, but you don't have the problem, I'm assuming, that the girls travelling internationally do, where they have one suitcase and they have to pack for 3 weeks in once.
Yeah,
you can take as many as you want, right?
Yeah, right. Yeah, I can take anything I want, which is great. Just fill the car up and not have to worry. Which I'm glad.
Yeah, that's got to be a godsend. Okay. Guys, if you have any more questions, put them in the comments below. And if I have time after I go through the final 10 with Gabriella, I'll circle back to them. But Gabriella, are you familiar with the final 10 questions?
Yes, I have. I've watched a few of your interviews, and I know.
Okay, so you get the same final 10 questions. Number 1, what is your favourite word?
My favourite word is a Welsh word, and it's cut. I don't know if you've ever heard it.
I did. One of the girls mentioned it. Is it cute or hug or something?
So it's like it's sort of the Welsh equivalent of a hug, but better. It's better than a hug. So it translates into a safe place. It's like so it's a hug, but a nicer version. I just think the word is nicer as well. Cut. I just love it.
It sounds nice. It's okay.
Yeah.
What is your least favorite word?
Oh, it's not my least favorite, but hug is another word that I hate using because it's a cut. I'd rather say cut. But but in terms of I hate like the word like failing or failure, because I don't think that in pageant world as well, because I've done it Miss Wales 3 times. I don't see the other 2 times as a failure.
So it's failure.
It's a platform for growing, and I've grown so much from them. And I think everything happens for a reason. And if I'd won the last time I did Miss Wales, I'd never be where I am right now. So I think everything happens for a reason. And yeah, I think that, like I said before, if you have a dream, then just go for it and never give up on it. Because I think I like to say I'm proof that if you don't give up, then you know
Absolutely.
you can achieve your dreams.
Absolutely. Question 3. In life, what gets you excited? What turns you on?
Oh, do you know, I love I don't know if I'd get excited, but I love a cup of tea. I love it when I just sit there with a cup of tea. I'm just a teaaholic.
That's something that's very, very, from your part of the world. Tea fixes everything, is what I've been told.
Yeah, I just drink it. Yeah. I'm terrible for it. I drink it all day long. I love it.
I would have been told, like, after you broke your toes, you just have a tea, you'll be fine.
Tea and I'd be fine,
Yeah, exactly. Do you have a favourite sort of tea? Because I know there are so many different types of tea.
I'm quite boring with my tea. I just love a normal English breakfast tea with a soya milk and a sugar.
Okay. All right. Okay. What about what turns you off?
That's a tough question. I think people that complain a lot. I think, is that a thing? Like,
definitely.
when people complain too much.
Complaining is definitely a thing. Yep.
Yeah. But I think, I don't like it when people complain too much, because I don't think I complain that much. And if I do think something, I always just keep it to myself, really, anyway. I'm not, I don't really complain. So I think when others complain, sometimes it can bring the mood down a little bit.
Yeah.
So I think that's what I would say.
Yeah, absolutely a legitimate answer, because that's the answer that I gave. So it must be legitimate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I really can't stand people complaining. Yeah. Question 5. What sound or noise do you love?
Do you know, I love when my dog is sleeping and he makes, it's not even a bark, it's like half a bark, but when he's sleeping, it's so cute.
Is that because he's dreaming?
Yeah, I think he just dreams and he makes these little squeaks, and it's just, I love it. I just sit there and try to get my phone out to video it, but every time I get my phone out, he just stops. So you must know that I'm onto him. But yeah, I love that when he's sleeping. Yeah.
You're videoing him when he's sleeping. That's invading his privacy, isn't it?
But he's so cute.
Question 6. What sound or noise do you hate?
Oh. This is probably a bit of a random one as well, because something that goes through me is like some material. So, like rough towels or carpets. I hate the feel of a rough towel. And when, I've got goosebumps now. When someone tips something on a carpet and someone rubs a rough, I'm making myself goosebumps.
A brush or something, like a sponge.
The sound of, I can't cope with it. When someone rubs a rough carpet with it, and the sound that it makes, it just goes through me and I hate it. My mother, she knows I hate the sound, because velvet is another one. I hate the feel of velvet. So she has these velvet bottoms, and and I tend to click my bones a lot. I always click my fingers. So whenever I click my fingers and she's got those trousers on, she rubs them, because clicking the noise of clicking bones goes through my mother.
Annoys her, right?
Yeah, it annoys her. So she rubs the velvet back at me, because she knows that I hate it.
That may actually be the most random one I've ever.
It is a bit random, but I can't think of another noise.
Do you remember where that started from? That sounds like a childhood trauma.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I've always. I don't remember a time that it hasn't annoyed me, really. So, and it's the feeling of them as well. I think it just because like some people hate the feel of cotton wool. It's like that sort of feeling. It just it goes through me.
Yeah. No, I understand it, but most people love the feeling of velvet. They'll go and they'll actually go and stroke it. They love it.
I can't touch it. I'm getting goosebumps now. My hairs are standing.
Okay. All right, let's move on before you faint or pass out. Question 7: If you could have any one superpower, what would you pick and why?
I think am I okay to pick two?
Okay, pick
Because
two.
I'd love to have the power to just click my fingers and appear in a different country, or just
Yeah, teleport.
teleporting. So I would definitely love to do that. But another one I think I'd love is to have the power to take pain away from people. So especially with like mental health as well, not physical pain, because it's it's an invisible illness. So I would love to be able to just take that pain away from someone that is experiencing a mental health. So I think that's something I wouldn't say love to have, because don't think that's the right word, but it's something that I think would be a good power to have.
Yeah, absolutely. Question 8. If you could try any occupation other than your own, what would you most like to attempt?
Well, at the moment, like I said, I'd love to do being a sport presenter. So I think that's one I'd love to attempt. But I would also love to attempt to no, I think that was it, actually. I'd love to be a presenter, sport presenter. I've had experience of doing little bits, but obviously it's not my career at the moment, but that is something, that is the goal that I would love to do.
Right. Okay. What's an occupation other than your own that you definitely would not want to attempt?
Do you know, I definitely wouldn't love to attempt to be like a surgical doctor, because well, the work they do is incredible, and it's such a huge responsibility, obviously, because it's life or death. It could be life or death for someone. So I think that is just a huge responsibility that I commend them for doing what they do, because I think I could never be able to do that. Yeah.
Final question. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
Oh. Do you know what? I'd like them to say that my gran was there waiting for me. That's what I'd love to hear. And that she was proud.
Perfect. Okay, I'm just circling back to the Facebook comments one more time, Gabriella. Kirsty Mescal has said you're going to smash it, Gabs, with an X. And then Anna Froome has said that she agrees with that. And Anna has also said, OMG, she does love a cup of tea.
I do love a cup of tea. Whenever I'm with my friends and they all have a drink or something, I'm always, everyone asks me what a drink I want, and I'd be like, a cup of tea. That's all. I'm happy and content with a cuppa.
How many cups do you have a day?
Oh gosh, I don't even count anymore. I lose count. I saw me and my friend are the same as well. And I think sometimes, when you're not doing anything, you need something to fill that cup. So I have a cup of tea.
Are you taking your own tea to World, or are you just going to trust that they have?
I have considered it, but they usually do have tea bags in the hotel rooms in London. So, but, I think I may take a few tea bags.
I probably would safe. Just in case. Yeah, because you don't want to run out. I'm not sure they have enough to keep you happy.
I know. They probably wouldn't have enough for me to last like a week, let alone the month. So.
How long is World? Is it 3 weeks? Is it 4 weeks?
It's just over 3. It's 26 days, so it's nearly a month.
Right.
So it's quite a long time.
By the end of it, it'll pretty much be Christmas, won't it?
Yes, I know. I don't know where this year's gone. It's just absolutely flown by.
Yeah. Me neither. Next year is 2020. That's
actually crazy.
Quite scary. I don't know where this year went either.
It is, yeah.
And Hannah Rowland has said, we all love a good brew with a heart. Okay. Well, Gabriella, thank you so much for your time.
Oh, no, thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Anytime. And best of luck over in World. I am sure that you'll do yourself and your family and your nan proud.
Oh, thank you very much. Fingers crossed, and thank you to everyone for the support that I've had. It's been so overwhelming and surreal, so thank you.
Beautiful. Gabriella, I'll keep you on the line for just a sec whilst I hang up with the audience. But thank you to everyone for watching, and we'll speak to you again next time. What's up, guys? It's Adrian again. Hope you enjoyed this episode. Remember to head over to pageantlaunch.com, join our launch team for our review site. It's super important to all of us to make sure that the industry is safe, transparent, and fair. So head over to pageantlaunch.com, write in your email address, and we'll speak to you next time.